Hello folks, in this video I'm going to be showing you this machine that I made to punish wandering traders, because the majority of Minecraft players don't like the wandering trader for gameplay because he comes and he's annoying, walking around with his little llamas making noise, and then he gives you these awful trades. I mean, okay, this is the big one right here. Look at this. 5 emeralds for 1 sapling. Do you realize how easy it is to get a sapling? The oak sapling is literally the easiest sapling to find. You can find it in 3 seconds if your world, if you literally just break an oak tree that's near your spawn. And this guy is charging 5 emeralds for it. And early game emeralds are hard to get. Man, okay, that's why I built this machine, folks. It's not because I'm a sadist or anything. It's because they deserve it. Alright, before we go on with the video real quickly, I just want to say I did not build this by myself. I had a friend help me, and I'll have a link to his channel in the description below. Alright, okay, so on to the actual functionality. So first, let me load this thing up here. We'll just go with a healthy amount of 567, which is how many are in this dispenser right now, to give a good demonstration of how this thing works. Alright, so you flip the lever. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Okay, they start spawning in. They immediately have to look at ominous banners, and since they hate these things so much, they hate pillagers, so this is painful to look at. And then, as you can hear, they land on this glass block in there, and they get shot off in a random direction on one of these different blocks that hurt you. A flower, a wither rose, berry bushes, campfire, and magma blocks. Alright, and if they're smart enough, they'll run into the center, into that water, to escape this damage. This already weeds out a few of them, quite a few. And then there's this thing. They drop through here, and they get stuck on this magma block. And only a few can go onto this this cobweb right here at once. So that thins out them even more. So then there'll be a few quote-unquote smart ones that have made it this far. And then they drop down through here. And if they're too far to either direction, they're going to get pricked along these cactuses. And if they're too far, they'll also land on the sand and die from fall damage. So that thins out them also. And then we have the piston crusher. This will, no matter what, take their hearts down a notch. A few notches, actually. I don't remember how many hearts it does, but it's a good amount. And so this guy's about to drop through. Alright, you can see he took some damage. And then they fall through here, and they land on this. Now, if they're smart, they have an option to go through this door and exit these doors here, and this iron door automatically opens up, and be free. But they don't choose that because they don't know how to open doors. Now, if there's a villager, the villager would probably go through the door because villagers know how to open doors. That guy didn't make it. He was too low, so he got killed in the piston crusher. This guy, as you saw, hit the sand and died from fall damage. So, very few make it down here. Very few. Probably around maybe 5% of the population that is dumped in this machine makes it to this point. But once they've made it to this point, they got a bit of peace. They can have some fellowship with their friends that drop down. But once too many start getting on here, it'll get really crowded and they'll fall off. Once they fall off, they'll fall into this water here. Alright, so you can see once it gets too crowded, they fall off. And they fall down into the middle there and come down these cobwebs. And this is already a slow process. Now once they've dropped through, they can stay in the middle, but they usually don't. And then they go through this nether portal. Once they're pushed through the nether portal, they drop out into the nether, past these trapdoors, and fall onto these cobwebs, which then lower them into this end portal. Once they've gone in the end portal, they flow down, which, holy cow, there's a lot of them in here. Okay, including a villager. They flow down through this tube, like this, of water. They get slowed down along the way. And then once they're at the bottom, they get dumped off into the void. You can see he's trying to swim. He is fighting for all he's got. But he can't make it, and he is inevitably going to fall and die down there. That's the end of him. If they made it to this point, congratulations, but you're still not going to survive. Alright. So now I'm going to be going through this machine and seeing if I can survive it. Alright. So I'll go in and then I'll flip this lever on. Okay, this is going to be kind of hard to see for the first bit here, so I'll go into third person. Alright, all you can see is wandering traders. Alright, we dropped her, we're on the berry bush. We need to get out of here. Okay, we're on this. We need to get over onto the cobweb. So as you can see, they're running around up there, trying to find their way to safety. Occasionally, if they're smart enough, they'll walk down there, take some damage, and go over here. Alright. Oh no, he's pushing me. Okay. So one guy died because he couldn't get, because my head was in the way. Alright, so we drop down here, and the idea is to drop right down the middle, and then you won't take any damage from this part. So far, I'm still at full health. So this is good. The first parts are fully survivable as long as you have brains. They're not, like, impossible to survive. But for these guys, they're so dumb, and they probably, most of them die up there anyways. Alright, the piston crusher. We're definitely going to take at least a little bit of damage here. Oh, the guy died, I think. Alright, so we're being squished against this edge. There we go. 1 heart of damage. Now, since I'm a human, I could just walk right out here easily. But I want to show you what it's like to go through the rest in survival. So I'll just do it this way. Don't look at me like that. Goodness me, dude. Pumpkin seeds. Okay, that fire coral, that's actually not bad because fire coral is pretty rare. The nautilus shells, that's a really good trade actually. The flower, that's terrible. The dye, that's pretty bad. The seeds, that's bad. The packed ice, I don't know. This guy's not the worst one I've seen. The sapling was the worst. So we drop in, and we get pushed into the nether portal. And at this point, this is just, you get pushed into here. What about you? 4 emeralds for a slime ball. 5 emeralds for a birch sapling. That's terrible. A bunch more flowers for horrible prices. That guy. Yeah. Get. Alright. So now, as you can see, we get pushed down this water tunnel. And in the interest of time, I'll go quicker here. And as you can see, they all get caught on the cobwebs and slowly pass through them. I cannot avoid going through them. Then we can actually avoid going through that one. So as you can see, they're all falling off. No, wow. Including me. Meow. Oh, did I hit him? I think I hit. And killed him. That is this little silly machine I built to punish these guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing it, even though it's pretty dumb. It's a bit cathartic to watch indeed. Thank you for watching. I sure hope you enjoyed this video.